A new extreme challenge in GTA 5! Today, we will test which car can reach the finish line, because each time the distance between the platforms gets smaller and smaller, and only the lowest cars will be able to make it to the finish. So watch the video until the end, give it a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel with the bell icon so you don't miss new cool challenges!
Hi guys! As always, your favorite little penguin Koki is here with you.
And a new experiment where we'll find out just how far cars can make it through the lowest level. That is why today, a very impressive and quite extraordinary collection of cars has been prepared for you. There are also remarkably tiny, miniature-scale supercars. For example, a flattened Bugatti. We start with fast supercars, then move on to SUVs, and of course the most gigantic Bugatti monster truck in the entire world, which is as tall as a skyscraper. So, make sure to watch the video until the end, leave a like, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new awesome experiments. But I suggest we don't waste any time and get started right away with the first cars. By the way, the first car is actually the most gigantic Bugatti. Just look at those huge wheels. It's probably 100 times bigger than me. And the height? I can't even see the Bugatti. Where is it over there? I think it's even taller than the sun. Alright, I suggest we don't wait and test this Bugatti right away. It's constructed completely from carbon fiber. And it's remarkably tall. So I think... Oops. I think something is in our way. There are some little stones caught under the rocks. Well, that's not a big deal. Alright, let's go. This is the first level, and I don't think we're really making it through. Well, let's see. Will it work? It won't work? Seriously, this is the first car, and it can't even get through the first level. So of course, I thought it would be bad, but not this bad. Not this terribly bad. Well, alright. At least we can drive underwater. It's like, you know, how submarines have a periscope or whatever it's called. This is the same thing. We can almost drive along the ocean floor and watch everything from above. But here, I think it's too deep and we just sank. Damn. But we're definitely not getting upset, and we're moving on to the next cars now, because they are definitely much lower. I suggest we start with the Kamaz, the sports Kamaz, because so far it's the tallest vehicle in the collection. If in regular experiments we usually start by testing the smallest, slowest cars, here it's the opposite. We're starting by testing the biggest vehicles to see how well they handle all the challenges, and only then do we move on to the smallest ones. That's exactly how we plan to reach the finish line, because for now everything is easy here. This is level 11, and I think you could easily fit 2 Kamaz trucks here. But that's just for now. There are a total of 40 levels. Can you imagine? And we haven't even made it to the halfway point yet. And it's right after the halfway mark. Starting from level 20, things start to get really tough. At level 21, look, it's already super hard. That's it. Alright. At level 26, look at this. So you can really see how much they're dropping now. Alright, level 30. We've covered a third of the map. Actually, 3/4. That's a more accurate way to put it. Alright, level 32. Now it's really getting problematic here. Let's see if the Kamaz can make it through or not. Well, it made it through perfectly awesome. But at level 34, I think that's already 100%. No, wait, look, the finish line is so close. I can already see the checkered flag over there. But unfortunately, 33 levels, that's the maximum, right? That's how far this sports Kamaz can go. So we'll leave it here and go get the next car. Although, honestly, 33 levels is actually pretty good. Considering that with each round our cars are getting lower and lower, and in just a couple more cars, we'll already have high-end supercars, which I'm certain will make it to at least level 40. Although, who knows. And this off-roader got a bit dented after that giant Bugatti ran over it. But alright, that's really not a problem at all. This is a Dodge 4x4. And I suggest we go for maximum acceleration, because I think it's absolutely clear to everyone that we'll definitely make it through the first 20, okay, at least 30 levels. Because if the sports Kamaz made it through, which was taller than this Dodge, then this car will make it too, right? So why crawl like a turtle then? But here you can slow down a bit. Level 31 is super easy. 32, 33, didn't even feel it at all. I think we'll get through here with no problem at all. Yeah, look, perfect. See, I told you, the Kamaz was definitely taller. But now, of course, some questions start to come up. Level 35 is way too high. If we had a cabriolet, we would have made it through. Even, look, you see the suspension is working perfectly, but even so, the car just can't get through. Although, up to the level, there are 5 levels left to the finish. To the level. One more level to the next and exactly 5 levels to the finish. And now, unfortunately, we just can't get past level 35. So we're leaving the car here and moving on. By the way, the cars really are getting lower and lower with each level. Just look at that. We had the biggest Bugatti ever, yo, and now we've got this Jeep from the future. It looks just like some kind of incredible spaceship. A real high-tech lunar rover. Alright, let's go test it out. By the way, it's actually the tallest one so far. But I think we should be able to make it to level 36. Because it's still just a bit lower than the previous car. So let's pick up some speed here. And while we're accelerating, you can hit like and subscribe to the channel. If by chance you're not subscribed, like you just stumbled upon this video while watching YouTube and you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe right now with the bell on, because the experiments on my channel are really super cool, super awesome, super intense, and unusual. And level 35... Look, see, it just bends. Bam! Did you see that? See, I told you, that's all because you liked the video and subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. But as for level 36, I think it just won't work anymore. Here it's just, if there were only wheels and nothing on top, then we could get through this. Level 36 really is way too tough. I think only some kind of supercars could get through there. By the way, I think it's finally time for the supercars. Well, actually, no, not quite supercars yet. We still have 2 off-road vehicles left. One of them even has a minigun. And apparently it can actually swim, because it has a powerful, fully functional motorboat engine. I suggest we test it out. They're more or less the same size. Considering we also have a minigun on top, I think there could be some big problems with it. It won't start. Seriously? We're either out of gas, or someone didn't leave a like. I think we have gas, so it's totally about the like. Someone just didn't hit it. Check right now if you've liked the video, because I feel like without your like nothing's working. Alright, I'm going to count to 3. You check, hit the like button, and the car will start. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It started. See, I told you, it's perfect. Everything is simple. You just hit the like button. With a like, the car runs perfectly. Okay? Alright, let's go for maximum acceleration. And at the end, we'll even test it out, because I really think this car should be able to float. Absolutely, 100%. This is a car for all occasions. So if a zombie apocalypse suddenly starts, we've got a minigun to defend ourselves. Plus, it's off-road capable. Off-road tires, wheels, suspension, and it can even float. Just a car for every situation. Level 34. Perfect. 35. Let's see. I think because of the minigun, yeah, we can't get through anymore. 34 levels. Although, look, this car is much lower than the Dodge. But because of the minigun, we just can't get through. But on the other hand, look, 3, 2, 1, and we're off on a long journey. That's it. This is the new Titanic now. Perfect. Okay, let's leave the car here and go get the next vehicles. Alright, and the last off-road car for today. After that, we'll move on to supercars. By the way, this is a G-Wagon and not just any, but the Safari version. Now, this I really like. I've never seen anything like this in my life, but it really does look very cool. I suggest we go full speed because with 33 levels, we're going to cover 1,000,000%. There's no need to even doubt it. This G-Wagon is really fast. It accelerates to about 200, maybe even 300 kilometers per hour. And it just flies like a rocket, but we don't need that. We're slowing down a bit, level 34, and now passing through 35. Now here, of course, questions start to arise and... Seriously? No, I don't believe it. Wait, we can't get through. Because the roll cage on top is simply getting caught. No, okay, we need more speed. I know exactly how to solve this problem. First, let's try going through in reverse, although the spoiler is even higher there. But okay, it's worth a try. No harm in trying, let's go full throttle. And see, I told you, it works perfectly. But here, there's no way we'll get through. If it were a G-Wagon convertible, then there'd be no problem. We'd get through for sure. But that's just not our fate. 35 levels in, let's park the car here. Ba-da-pa-bam-bam. Well guys, it's time for real supercars. And as usual, they keep getting lower and lower. And by the way, the biggest one of them looks super big. But I hope it's fast too. Fast. It says Joyride. Okay, let's go. Full throttle. This car should go 100% farther and set a new record. I'm 110% sure of it. So let's slow down and carefully. 31 level, 32, 33, 34, okay. 35, and that is perfect. And finally, 36. So far, not a single car has gone farther. Let's check, and perfect. Even the spoiler didn't get in the way. I like that. Level 37 and 1 and 2, and we can't go any farther. Okay, maybe backwards? Let's try going backwards and pick up more speed. Full throttle and, no. Unfortunately, we can't go any farther, even though we're just 3 levels away from the finish. We're so close to the end now, and I'm sure we're near victory. So let's leave the car here and go get the supercars that are parked just a little bit further down. For example, just look at this Formula 1 car from the future. Wait, what's up with the spoiler? Why is it such an unusual shape? Oh right, that's because we drove over that car. That giant Bugatti. But okay, actually, that's even a plus. The spoiler has been lowered, you know, which means the car will travel even farther now. At least I really hope so. By the way, the car looks really cool. I'm not entirely sure exactly what make or model this vehicle is, but it looks every bit as impressive as Lamborghini, Bugatti, and so on. And it's very fast, by the way, super fast. Alright, brake. Easy brake. Okay. Perfect. 32 levels. And we're slowing down now because this part is actually really interesting. Obviously, we're going to make it through at least 36 levels, that was clear. But as for the 37th, I think it passes it absolutely perfectly. And yeah, look, it's just a millimeter. There's literally, what, maybe 2 centimeters left, maybe 1. You can barely see it. But nevertheless, we make it through, and so far this is a 100% winner. We didn't reach the finish line, but no other car has made it to the 30th. 7th level, and now it's already the 38th, and that's it. That's all. The roll cage on top is getting in the way, and we can't go any further. But I like that each time we squeeze through a bit more, farther and farther, and that's awesome. There's just a little bit left, a couple more levels, and we'll be at the finish line. And here, by the way, we also have jet cars. I don't know how that's going to help us, but why not? Okay, this is the Rocket Voltic, by the way, a standard car from GTA. Can you imagine? I mean, there are cars like this in GTA. It's honestly just awesome. Okay, the most important thing is to pick up maximum speed because, well, logically, if all the other cars made it through the first levels, then this one will too, since it's lower. Right? Right. So we're not going to stop here. Let's accelerate. Level 35. Now this is interesting. By the way, the turbo booster might help us get through. Oh, perfect. That's it. Level 38. Wait, seriously, it actually doesn't work at all. Even with the turbo booster, the roll cage is just way too high for this. But you know what I can try to do instead? I can just jump like this, use the boost, and fly to the finish. But I think that would be a little unfair. If we had to jump over various obstacles, then yes. But if we need to get through, crawl under, or carefully squeeze ourselves beneath obstacles, then that's already starting to feel a bit unfair. So, 37 levels. After that, this car definitely won't make it any further. I got scared. I thought there were sharks swimming around. Lucky penguins. They won't get eaten today. Or will they? But we still have a couple of supercars left, and then we'll move on to the smallest cars. This one, I think, well, will definitely make it to the finish line, no doubt. There's no chance it'll get stuck anywhere. It's smaller than my shoe. Alright, we'll definitely get to it later. For now, we're testing a classic vintage Ford Mustang. It really looks incredibly powerful, just like a beast. Not like these modern cars, which are much more futuristic. But this right here is a true machine for a real driver. Especially with the flames on it. Red, beautiful, perfect. Okay, full throttle and let's see how far we can go. Let's not even brake. Let's try it at maximum speed. Whoa, seriously? Did you see that? Top speed helped us out. I mean, a regular car wouldn't have ever made it through here otherwise, but we finally make it to level 37, and level 38 is just completely impossible here. Because look, even the roll cage just hits the hood. The car is so incredibly tall that unfortunately there's just no way it can go any further than this point. Well, let's keep going, and there are only 5 cars left. I suggest we start with the Rolls-Royce because this is a supercar from the future. It's very much like a concept car because I don't think a Rolls-Royce like this actually exists in the world, seriously. I mean, they have some really cool and sophisticated models, but they're more about aesthetics. They're all about comfort. But this one is also a sporty Rolls-Royce. Double that. That makes it twice as cool. Let's slow down. It's really fast. Really fast. 36 levels. I almost crashed actually. But the most interesting part is level 37. It doesn't fit, but I have a life hack for this. I know how to deal with it. Here's what we do. We take maximum speed and on the count of 3, try to get through at full throttle. This is all a test. Pa-bam! See, I told you. perfect. That's it. Now we know that at maximum speed, the cars go through perfectly. But right here, well, yeah, again, you see, we just hit the hood and there's absolutely no way to get through. 37 levels. I think here we're gonna have supercar parking because, well, really, level 38 is super hard to get through. Look at how low it is. I think it comes right up to my waist. Let's see. Really, look, it's just up to my waist, so it's kind of like playing limbo when you bend your body down and go under a stick. This is almost the same thing. Okay, fine. 38 levels. So far, not a single car has managed to get through. And we have 2 supercars and 2 mini cars left. I guess you could call them that. Anyway, I'm testing the Ferrari. By the way, today we have a lot of cars from the future. For example, this Ferrari, I haven't seen one like this either, but... okay, it's a hybrid. I thought it was a fully electric car, but it's a hybrid. The spoiler is really cool. I really love how this car looks. I feel like in about 10 years, cars like this will be around. This will be the norm, seriously. You'll see 100% in 10 years come back to this video and comment whether it happened or not. I really think that's exactly how it's going to be. Alright, we're at level 36 now. The car is really low, look at this. I think it's about twice as low as the first supercar we had today. Okay, level 37, that was super easy. Level 38. Now this one is questionable. It'll get through. We just need maximum speed. We know this life hack. Guys, it looks like we're getting closer and closer to the finish. I honestly really like this. Let's go. Maximum acceleration and... ba-bam. Woohoo, I told you. Yes, that's exactly it. 39. Well, yeah, now there are definitely some problems with level 39. Just 2 levels to the finish. Why is it so close? Well, and now I can't go back anymore. It's alright, starting from a standstill and giving it a try. The last one, it's not working. That's it. Level 39 is really tough for this car, but for now, it's the record holder, the farthest reaching car. Let's go for the next one. And the last supercar for today. This looks like some kind of Bugatti, I would say, but I don't think it's a Bugatti. Maybe some kind of another car brand, but it looks just as cool. I mean, its doors, you see, open upwards. It's really awesome. Fire. And the car looks super futuristic. It's so small, compact, and super fast. By the way, it's an electric car. Yep, 100% a car from the future. So let's also go for maximum acceleration. We won't even brake, you and I. And let's see what we're capable of. Seriously? 38 levels? So the Ferrari was even lower? I don't believe it. Okay, we need to pick up more speed. And 1 and 2 and 3, let's go. We have to clear level 38 100%. Come on, I don't think it's gonna work. It appears that the safety frame is obstructing the path. It even sags a little bit, but even that is not helping us. It's just absolutely impossible to get through level 38 in this car. Let's take a look at the mini supercars. So our available options are a mini Lambo and a squashed Bugatti. Seriously, just look at it. It looks like it was pressed down by a machine. I suggest we start with the Lambo because I think it's just a little bit taller. We probably won't even make it to the finish line in it because it's just way too low. Although, if you tuck your head in like this, it'll be perfect. Alright, let's go. Maximum acceleration. Let's pick up speed and see what happens. I hope we can at least make it to level 40 to the finish line. Honestly, I don't know. I'm really starting to doubt it because even though it's a mini supercar, it's still pretty tall. Seriously. Especially considering that the penguin's head is sticking out. Okay, fine. Level 37, be sure to keep your head down. 38. Wow. Perfect. 39. Come on, seriously? Wait. I didn't expect it. Honestly, I didn't expect it. But this is the first car that reached the finish line and became the absolute winner today. Like, if you wrote this car in the comments, and I'm honestly surprised. I thought we wouldn't make it through. But we got really lucky. See, even the steering wheel got squashed. We did hit just a little bit after all, but still, we made it to the finish line. And now, the last car for today. I think with this one, we really have nothing to worry about. It is actually remarkably thin and slender. To be honest, it looks pretty funny and quite unusual. I mean, it's just a regular Bugatti. Just as fast as you'd expect for its size. But super squashed. Only the spoiler is sticking out over there. Look, we've got a new experiment. A new one. No, not to go swimming, you misunderstood a bit. You and I will accelerate to the max and we won't even brake. That's the new experiment, a new challenge. We'll have time to go swimming later. So yeah, I have no doubts, just bam bam oops. Well, now we can go for a swim. But still, that's another car that makes it to the finish perfectly. So it turns out only 2 cars in total. Today, only 2 cars from the whole collection made it. That's it. They passed the tests, overcame the obstacles, and handled this super extreme challenge. And most importantly, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss new awesome experiments. Just like this one, and as always, it was me, your favorite little penguin with you. See you again, bye bye.